Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Thank you very much for clicking on it. I really appreciate it. Today, JEONG SEWOON has dropped a new music video for the song In the Dark. I believe this is coming with an album of some kind. I'm not sure if it's like a full album or a mini album or what, but I do believe it is coming with some kind of album, which I plan on listening to hopefully tomorrow, all going well. Let me just double check actually what kind of album it is. Let me have a look. JEONG SEWOON. Mini album, 6 songs, cool. Yeah, so I plan on checking that out tomorrow over on Patreon if you want to go and check that out. Whether we have lyric videos or not, it doesn't really matter. I plan on listening to it regardless at some point tomorrow, hopefully, all going well. But in the meantime, we're going to enjoy this music video for In the Dark. I've checked out a few things JEONG SEWOON related. I checked out Say Yes as part of like a catch-up video that I did a little while ago, and then I also had a request for a bunch of other stuff as well. So I've listened to a decent chunk, and I've really liked everything that I've heard so far. So looking forward to this one. Let's get into it. This is the first official new release that I am listening to this year, that has been released this year. I mean, like, there's stuff that obviously I've watched and listened to, but was technically released either at the end of last year or was stuff that may have been released this year but was first released last year. This is the first thing that's just like entirely new this year, which is quite exciting. Let's get into it. So, JEONG SEWOON, In the Dark. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1, go. Love his music style, I really do. Love that we've got like layered guitars. Ooh. He's so good, man. I'm really looking forward to checking out this mini album because, like, I love his voice and I love his music in general, like what I've already heard, and I've only really scratched the surface. Like, you know, it's just like a few songs. You know who he reminds me of? Like the South Korean Shawn Mendes. You know what I mean? Like, is that kind of like acoustic root, similar like very pop sounding voice. Really like this. It's got this very moody feel to it. I love his jacket. I really love his jacket. Oof. I always find it very refreshing whenever I hear music like this, songs like this, because so much of what we listen to in K-pop, at least in terms of like so much of what I listen to in K-pop, so much of what is released and what so many groups are doing. Oh, there's still like 40 seconds left. Credits. Nice. Yeah, so much of what is released is very I want to say like synthetic, and I don't mean that in a bad way, I really don't, but I just mean like the music itself is very heavy on synths. It's like on synths and on like electronic beats. Is a very like a big EDM root in a lot of K-pop music and stuff, and that's awesome, it's great, but it's always really nice when you get to hear music like this, which is rooted in a much more acoustic, instrumental kind of foundation. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hope that makes sense. Like, I don't mean it in the sense that, like, I mean, you guys know I love so many different kinds of music. I love so many different kinds of music here on this channel, and just in my life, like, I will listen to anything given the chance, but I always find it very refreshing when I get to hear something like this, because it's just like, this is very reminiscent of the stuff that I really, really like, and have really liked since I was a kid. Just like, you know, a very heavy root in instruments, in that like almost singer-songwriter kind of style, like, you know what I mean? It's that, but make it pop. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just refreshing. It's like a refreshing, like, a burst of instrumentation. I think that's one of the reasons as well that I really like a lot of bands, because it's based in that same kind of reasoning. And yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that song, really enjoyed the music video. It was very yeah, it had a very gloomy feel to it. I was only sort of half paying attention to the lyrics. I'll dive into them in more depth when I do my album listen tomorrow. But it had a very gloomy feel, and not necessarily in this in like a particularly dark or dreary way. It just had this sort of like undercurrent of heaviness. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but you know when I've got an analogy. I've got an analogy to try and make this make sense. You know how when you can feel that there's a storm coming, and it's not necessarily a bad feeling, but you're just sort of like walking around and you're looking up in the sky and it's all very like dark and overcast, and like I said, it's not necessarily a bad thing. You don't necessarily feel bad, but there's just this very like impending sense that like there's an overhang. It feels like that. That's what this song felt like to me anyway. Like I said, I wasn't hugely like, I was only half sort of paying attention to the lyrics, but it sounded amazing. It sounded great. I've loved everything that I've heard of his so far, so yeah. Anyway, as I said, looking forward to checking out the mini album. That'll be over on Patreon tomorrow, hopefully all going well, so by all means hop on over there if you want to check that out with me. Or watch me check it out, because I don't expect you guys to wait until then to listen to it. First official release of 2021 for me that I'm listening to and seeing. A+. Well done, Sewooon. You did it. You did the damn thing. That was great. I will end this one here though. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Shit! I just spilled coffee all over my desk. Namely all over my keyboard. Bye bye!